Yo, what's going on guys, Z Karma here and welcome back to another Borderlands 3 video. Today we're going to be talking about a newly found bug or interaction in the game. I don't know if this is meant to be happening, but it certainly doesn't look like it, and if it's not supposed to be happening, then it should get patched very soon. So this was originally found by Moxsy, so big shout out to him. I wasn't going to make a video on this, but I found out a few things about this interaction that I wanted to touch on. So before we get into it, if you guys can please help me out by dropping a like on this video if you find it helpful in any way, and if you want to subscribe as well, that's completely up to you. So let's just get right into it. So this interaction works when you combine weapons like the King's Call, the Rowan's Call, the Lucian's Call, any weapon that has this as its ability. As you can see, it says critical hits ricochet 3 bullets at the nearest enemy. So what this is doing is basically converting one shot into 3 shots. So it's creating additional projectiles. So weapons that do that, if you combine it with these new anointments, action skill, and gain 50% bonus fire damage with weapons for 10 seconds, it spawns in extra projectiles out of nowhere. So this also works with infusion and with forceful expression. So you can get more projectiles from infusion and more from forceful expression. So let me go ahead and show you this interaction really quickly with the King's Call and this Nova Burner, which gives me 50% bonus fire damage. And this is one thing that I want to touch on. So in Moxsy's video, he says that this interaction works as long as the bonus elemental damage on these anointments don't match the element on your weapon. And that is completely untrue. So let me go ahead and show you that. So as you can see, we have an incendiary King's Call. We're going to shoot this handsome jack. We get 3 projectiles from the original ability of this Jacob's weapon. Now, let's go ahead and activate our action skill, and we should get 50% bonus fire damage. So as you can see, we're going to activate our action skill. And as you can see, we get double the projectiles. We're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 projectiles in total, even though these 2 are matching. The only thing that makes it not work is when the grenade mod and the shield mod are matching. So let me go ahead and show you an example. We're going to use these 2, this Sprint Rough Rider with 50% bonus shock damage and this Surge with 50% bonus shock damage. As you can see, if we use our action skill and we check with photo mode, we only get 6 projectiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So essentially we only get 3 extra from here and 3 from here. So let's go ahead and now switch one of these out. Fire damage, we're going to get fire here, and shock here. So even though these 2 are matching, we're still going to get extra projectiles. And since these 2 aren't matching, we're going to get the full projectile. So it should be 9 in total. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 projectiles in total. Now, another thing that I want to mention is that infusion and forceful expression both give you more projectiles. Even though these 2 are going to share the same element, they're still going to work separately. So let me go ahead and show you this. So we have 5 points into infusion. So in total, we should be able to get 3 from infusion, 3 from the King's Call, 3 from our 50% bonus fire damage here, and 3 more from our shock damage here. So that should be a total of 12 projectiles. Let me go ahead and use my action skill. And as you can see, that should be 12 projectiles. Sometimes you can't count them exactly because some projectiles are super close to each other, but let's go ahead and count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. As you can see, I can see 11, 12. Yeah, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. 12 projectiles were done. Now, if we get all the way down here to forceful expression, we should be able to get 15. Let's go ahead and get down there. As long as we don't touch indiscriminate, just so we're not confused about extra projectiles that might spawn in. You can see if we use our action skill, that should be 15 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Now, another thing that I want to show you is that we can actually match everything except for these 2. As long as these 2 aren't matching, we're going to get our 15 projectiles. So let me go ahead and put fire here. There we go. Fire on our rerouter. we have fire on our King's Call. We're also going to get fire on infusion and fire on forceful expression. So you can see our action skill damage is in fire. So if we do this and we shoot him in the face, that is a total of 15 projectiles. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 total projectiles. So what this leads me to believe is that this interaction works and duplicates based on the extra elemental damage. So since these two cannot stack, it's been already proven that the grenade mod and the shield mod have to be different because they don't stack. That means that even if you have 50% shock damage up here and 50% shock damage here, you don't get 100% extra shock damage because it's the same anointment. You only get 50. So that is why if you match these two, you don't get 6 additional projectiles, you only get 3 from one of them. So you only 1 counts. And since infusion and forceful expression both have their own unique bonus elemental damage, that's why you can get 3 additional projectiles from each one. I also wanted to point out that this does not work with weapons like the Maggie. Any Jacob's weapon, it doesn't work. It has to be a weapon that spawns in additional projectiles like the King's Call, Queen's Call, Rowan's Call, Lucian's Call, all those weapons. Or the Recursion. The Recursion, godlike weapon, that is the best, but we're not going to talk about that now. For example, let's go ahead and show you the Maggie. So the Maggie, whenever you use it, it doesn't give you all those projectiles. I've used it against actual enemies too, and it doesn't give you crazy amounts of projectiles. It doesn't spawn extra projectiles. The only thing that it does do is it just gives you the bonus damages. So with the Maggie, if I shoot it, I'm going to be getting 50% fire damage, 50% shock damage. And since I have them on these two, 40% of my damage is going to be converted into fire damage. So that's going to be extra fire damage. And with forceful expression, I'll be doing more fire damage based on the damage dealt with the Maggie. So with weapons like the Maggie or any other weapon that ricochets, it works as intended. The ricocheted bullets are going to do that extra damage that is provided by these anointments and these two skills. But yeah, guys, that was the whole point of this video. I just wanted to kind of explain it a little bit more. I know Moxsy did a really good job, so shout out to him. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be making this video, but I played around with it and I just found out a few things, like for example, matching an element with your weapon elements. It still works. As long as these two aren't matching, you're good. So you can do anything you want in your fusion tree and your red tree with infusion and forceful expression and the weapon elements. As long as these two don't match, you get those 15 projectiles like crazy. So yeah, guys, let me know if you guys want to see a ricochet build based on this interaction. I was going to do a video on that, but I decided to talk about this first. And if you guys want to see that video, please let me know. I'm still debating on whether to do it or not, because what if this gets patched in a week? That video is basically going to misinform people that watch this after the patch. So just let me know if you guys want to see that, and I'll make sure to get back to you. I do read every comment, so leave down your comments down below. If you have any questions about how this works, just ask me and I'll go ahead and try my best to explain it. So with that being said, if you guys found this video helpful in any way, shape, or form, please help me out by hitting that like button and or subscribing if you like, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.